All right, so to factor here, I'm looking for the greatest common factor between these two terms. I'm going to start by focusing on the coefficients. So 12 and 18, if I start thinking about their common factors, I know that 2 is a common factor because they're both even. 4 is a factor of 12, but not of 18. 3 is a factor of both of them. And 6 is a factor of both of them. 9 is a factor of 18, but not of 12. So it looks like these are the factors that they seem to have in common. So of those, 6 is the greatest. So 6 will be the coefficient of the greatest common factor. Now when I focus on my variables, in this case x, I'm really interested in the exponents. The smaller exponent tells me exactly what the variable and exponent will be in my greatest common factor. The smaller exponent is 2, so that means I'll be factoring out an x to the second, or x squared, from both of these. So this is my greatest common factor, 6x squared. So now I have to think about what remains in each of these terms when I factor out 6x squared. So first of all, when I take 6 out from 12, I'm left with 2. When I take x squared out of x to the 5th, I'm really just subtracting these exponents to see what remains. And in this case, what remains is a 3, so x to the 3rd. Now in this second term, when I'm factoring out 6 from 18, I'm left with positive 3. X squared and x squared, since these are the same, there actually isn't going to be a variable remaining since they're equal. So this is how we would factor 12x to the 5th plus 18x squared. Now if I have something a little more complicated, like this one, so here again we're looking to take out a greatest common factor, but I have 3 terms that I'm dealing with. So again, I'm going to start with the coefficients, 35, negative 50, and negative 5. I see that all of them have 5 as a common factor. So 5 is actually the greatest common factor, since 5 is the coefficient of this third term. For a's, again, I'm looking at the exponents. The smallest exponent of any of these a's is 3, so that means I'll have a to the 3rd here. The smallest exponent for b is b to the 1st. Both of these terms have b to the 1st. So b, just b to the 1st, that means my greatest common factor is 5a cubed b. So now let's see what remains. When I divide out 5a cubed b from this first term, I'm left with 7. 35 divided by 5 is 7. Looking at the a's, I have a to the 4th and a to the 3rd. When I divide those, I'm left with just a to the 1st. b divided by b is just 1, so there isn't going to be a b here. Moving on to negative 50. So it's a negative. I'm going to write my minus sign right away. 50 divided by 5 is 10. Looking at my a's, a cubed, so there isn't going to be an a here. Looking at the b's, b squared and b to the 1st, so I subtract those exponents. 2 minus 1 means there's just b to the 1st remaining. 5 and negative 5. It's going to be negative, and really there's just a 1 here, and then a cubed and a cubed, those match as well. B and b both to the 1st, those match. So this is actually just minus 1 remaining here at the end.